great game.
It is. I mean, I've put a load of stats up. If you haven't already seen, I do prep for games. So if you want to go along to hltv.org, go into the forum right now. There's a thread in there. It's titled SK Na'Vi Stats for the Final. That will give you the breakdown of the last 13 or so maps that these two teams have played on LAN. And as you can see, head-to-head, the best map, as far as SK Gaming are concerned, is Nuke. They've won all 3 games in the last 12 months against Na'Vi. The only real map they've got an advantage on is actually Train, believe it or not. So Na'Vi actually having the advantage on Train. The rest of the maps, all SK apart from Tuscan, which they've only played once anyway. So, you know, you heard the guys out there. I hate this coin flip thing, but it really is a bit of a coin flip today. If you look at their ratings through this tournament on their own, 1.14 for Na'Vi, 1.14 for SK Gaming. Also look at the personal stats as well. Get right at the top of that ladder right now with 1.37. But it alternates all the way down. So you have an SK player, then you have a Na'Vi player, then an SK player, then a Na'Vi player. The only thing I can pick out of that is that 5 SK Gaming players are in the top 15, only 3 from Na'Vi. And so really, what we've got to see today, if Na'Vi want to win this, is we've got to see their weaker players step up to the level that their other teammates are doing, and one of those is Senior. So we've got to see a bit more from him today if Na'Vi want to triumph on home soil. Yeah, and
I'm really struggling to find a winner, if you want to say that, a prediction for this game. We actually had a little bit of a bet between the crew, which
but I haven't bet online. I'm not losing any more money this weekend.
That's it's not always a bad thing, is it? When you've had already a bit of a bad time with that, anyway. So yeah, first map, Inferno. Train will be map number 2, and map number 3, should we need it, of course, will be none other than Dust 2. Not Tuscan.
Yeah, Dust 2, where
I was reading
have a slight advantage, having played it 3 times, won twice, but only a +7 round difference, so really it's anyone's business. These 2 times, as we said, the 2 teams have met 13 times on maps over the last 12 months. 7-5 is the head-to-head, with 1 draw in favour of SK Gaming. And if you look through it, there's some notes here that I've made on some of the things that they sort of match up with. Na'Vi, as we said earlier, are stronger on Train. SK dominate on 3 of the 4 maps. They've never played Forge or Mirage. That's going to carry on here as well. They have gone to overtime twice in the past as well in the last 12 months. Both of them winning 1 each on Train and Inferno. So, you know, if the stats can say anything, what they do say to me is that we've got a very, very even match.
A very even match, and that's what you need coming into a grand final. We've seen such great action so far in the Counter-Strike 1.6 tournament. We've had so many viewers online. The threads over on hltv.org for each match had over 1,000 comments apiece, actually, yesterday when we were looking at those semi-finals. So everything is set up for this to be one of those classic encounters, which hopefully we're all going to remember for a long time to come.
Agreed, yep. If you want to follow us, do so on Twitter, at Paul Challoner, all one word.
And forgot your name.
I know, Joe_Miller. I was thinking of you. We also still need a name for this guy. I've come up with Joe the Tie Miller today because of the tie. Not particularly great. You guys have started a thread on hltv.org. It's already got 200 comments on it. We'll look through that when we get a few minutes in between the maps as well. So if you want to have a bit of fun with that, feel free. Make sure your dream team's up to date. You've got no more chances with that one either. And a personal message from me, really, just enjoy this final, because I've got a feeling it's like a little butterfly feeling I've got in my stomach. This is going to be very special.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, you saw there probably on stage when we did the introduction to the day. We do have once again the MVP vote for the most valuable player, as it stands for. You have to go over to intelextrememasters.com there. And you can check it all out there. The players that have actually been nominated, it's on the front page, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem.
Don't forget as well, ESL-world.net, or if you want to do it, intelextrememasters.com. It's much easier as far as I'm concerned. Either one will get you to the same place. Lots of great content on there this week. I'm not kidding you. There's some really fantastic stuff, some really cool videos, fantastic match write-ups, brilliant stuff from the team here at ESL. Have put together all the content over at ESL World. So make sure you go and check out that. And as Joe's already said, you can vote for the MVP. And also the Sick Nerd Baller if you want. And the I Carried Kiev vote if that's what takes your fancy.
Yeah, and one other thing, you know, Counter-Strike 1.6, there's so much talk. with so much talk about it, and you know, is the game going downhill? Is it going uphill? And all this. But you guys can actually prove people wrong if you get yourselves on Twitter, retweet what the Intel EM Twitter is doing,
Definitely.
talk about it on the social media sites on Facebook, facebook.com/IEM TV. Just show that Counter-Strike 1.6 still has an amazing community, which I know Red Eye knows, but some people out there apparently forgot about.
Yeah, apparently.
But we certainly have an amazing community. And
okay, so what I was also going to talk to you about today was, apart from the suit, thanks for the comments, by the way, on Twitter, I did suit up. If you've not watched How I Met Your Mother, you won't understand that. But if you have, you'll get the reference. Our friends from New Zealand said Joe the Neckbeard Miller.
No,
not going to work for him, I'm afraid. What else have we had? Shout out to the boys in NZ. Yeah, we already did that for you guys yesterday. Thank you for tuning in, though. It's nice that we've covered the entire globe here at the Intel Extreme Masters. And if you want to have a chat, just drop us a message on the Twitter. We've also had a number of funny and interesting knife rounds over the last few days. Joe
we have a plan for today as well.
We do have a plan, which we're not entirely sure will work, but we'll give it a go. We're going to take up the challenge from someone that came on Twitter yesterday who said that we should try and commentate each kill individually.
That's
so
the plan.
I'll do one, Joe do one, I do one, Joe do one. We'll see how it goes. Ouchie. As you can hear from the crowd, we're about to get underway for the knife round. The hack and slash.
The knife. I'm going to kick this one off. We are going to go for the suggestion of commentating one kill apiece. We're going to see how that one works out. It's all going to be fun. That's the beauty of the knife round. We can have a little bit of fun with it here, as we are going to see both teams go in, attacking each other. No kills as of yet. Starix is down.
Oh, it's Robin coming for the second one.
Delphine gets another one.
Zeus coming in for the third.
It's now a 3 versus 2.
Zeus with another one.
As we see there, Get Right taking out Zeus.
Oh, Get Right gets the double, and Terrorists win. SK win the knife round, and it wasn't really that exciting, was it?
No.
I think we might have pulled that off, you know.
It wasn't too bad in terms of the timings. However, we are going to see SK Gaming, as you could probably expect, get themselves on their feet and have a little bit of a huddle with this one. Actually, when we had the, just a small side note, when we had the interview there with Carmack on the couch, Navi sent their manager, which, Zero Gravity is a big face. He is basically their sixth man anyway. And then the rest of the Navi team were already talking about the game. SK saying, get right, and now they've got to do that. Actually, another interesting note, I always talk about Face's beard because I'm pretty sure that's where his power comes from in his game. Today, though, he seems to have transferred it to Forrest's face.
He's loaned it to his buddy. Yeah, he did have a lack of facial hair here, it has to be said, and I think he regretted it when he landed at the airport. I landed with them, and he was rather cold outside the airport, and I think he regretted having a shave. The Navi boys already set up then. You can see the trophy just in the foreground. The winner's trophy, no less. There are second and third places, which we'll do straight after this game. So don't tune out once we know who the winner is, because we'll have the prize presentation directly after this game. We won't be waiting until the end of the day. The prize checks being handed out along with the trophies, and also the announcement of the Counter-Strike 1.6 MVP directly after this game. So don't tune out.
I have to give a shout out to Tommy Lundsatter on Twitter, because he's been following the whole weekend, and he tells an awesome story when you look back through the tweets. It's like, hey Joe, say hello to Tommy and Andreas in Sweden. We're drinking and watching the game. Hey again, Joe. Tommy and Andreas here again. Getting a bit drunk. Gonna go to a party. Say hello. Joe Miller, crash the interview and say hello. Hey, Tommy and Andreas here again. Hungover this time, though. Make us feel better. He's been watching the whole time and getting and having his fun while he goes. So credit to you, my friend, and to Andreas for
and as we've
staying
before,
around.
Twitter, don't forget to follow the official Intel Extreme Masters account at Intel EM on twitter.com.
So SK going to get themselves sat down, and we should be kicking this one off.
I suppose it's time to throw the gauntlet down. Team winner.
I've said in our little internal company bet, everyone that works for ESL has had a little bit of a bet. We've got a big sheet with everyone. It's just a little game that we like to play for fun. And I said SK for that one.
Ooh.
I know Navi have home advantage. They've got the crowd behind them. However, I feel like that can almost work against them as well, because we saw last year when they played on stage, there's lots and lots of pressure. All the fans are cheering for them. So I'm gonna say SK. Judging on the performance of last year, from what we've seen so far in this tournament, I think this is their game.
Okay, well, that's good, because I went with Navi. So we're against each other again.
That's good.
A duel to the death.
That's
if you strike me down, I shall come back even more powerful than before.
You can see Senya there just, I think, asking for an admin to give him a little bit of help with something. I'm going to clear this up once again, because I know that someone is going to be asking this somewhere in the world about the headsets that they're wearing. So they have in-ears, which obviously stick straight in their ear. That's for their in-game sound. They have then the sound-cancelling headphones, the noise-cancelling headphones over the top, so that they can't hear the commentary, so that they block out the sounds somewhat of the crowd. I've got a feeling that a little bit's going to be leaking through. And then they also have their normal headsets around their neck, which is for their microphone, so that they can talk to each other, which is why they're literally covered in headsets.
Nice wrap-up, thanks for that. I also want to mention the glasses that Get Right's got on, because someone asked me about those. Those are the Gunnar ones that are specially made for pro gamers.
Yeah, indeed. And we are going to get the restarts now. We are going to kick this one. It's Navi versus SK. It is the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge here in Kiev. And, well, it's going to be an amazing one.
It's going to be epic.
So here we go then, SK Gaming starting off on the CT side. As I mentioned before, Inferno is map number 1, Train map number 2, Dust 2 will be our tiebreaker third map, should we need it. We're going to find that out here in the next couple of hours, I suppose, whether we're going to need that third and final map. Let's take a quick look at the setup. So far, very defensive from both teams. SK have a 3-man stack on Banana, however, that could all change. I wonder if they're going to push straight down Banana once they realise that no one's actually headed their way. The other stack for SK is actually in the middle area there with Get Right, and I think it's Forest that's in there. Yeah, Forest is on top of him. So they're going to be waiting out from this side. We can see that Navi actually picking pretty much the most perfect place that they could hit, which is boosting up inside of those apartments. The 2-man stack from SK of Get Right and Forest is on their left-hand side. As we see the peak come out there, Navi are going to work their way out. Grenades come flying in. Only bits of damage done to Navi. No damage taken from the SK Gaming 5 as of yet. Are those 3 men rotating around the side? No, they're actually coming in from the back by the looks of things, as Forest will drop Edward, but we will see another rotation over from Navi. That was just a fake over towards the netted site, and now SK are going to have to rotate themselves in once again. Here we go with a kill. Starix and Edward, of course, are already down. This grenade's going to be big from Robin, and it will get himself too. Fakes will finish off, and that was a great retake from SK Gaming. That grenade, you just knew that he was going to catch those 2 low HP players.
Yep, as soon as it left his hand and flew through the smoke, you knew exactly what that was going to do. And good start then for the boys from Sweden. SK opening things up with the first round, and faced with 4 on the board, but obviously 3 from the defuse. So the real strats there for me was the fact that they tried to make 2 go through Arch. And at one point, it looked like Starix was actually going to make that work for them. I thought SK were going to get caught out, but they didn't. They held strong. And a really good retake of that Banana site. So, Deagle for Edward. I don't know if they'll have too many of those with the other players right now, though. Although, actually, there's an AK here, so early buy. That bomb being planted did give them a little bit of cash. 2 AKs amongst them, 3 Deagles. We've seen this before from Navi, and it does pay off for them as well. And I know that SK have spent hours and hours and hours of watching Navi demos overnight, and therefore will be ready and waiting, and they'll have seen this in those demos as well, because we've already seen them do this at this very tournament. And don't forget, these 2 played each other in the group, of course. SK winning 16-12 in that one. Nothing doing so far then. 45 seconds of the round remaining. Does look like they're going to finally commit to this netted site. They've got 2 in mid, one of those is Zeus right now. Arch is being protected, and they've unleashed a little bit of gunfire, and Delpan has taken a little bit of a hit there at Arch. Now the push into big site. One down in there already. Starrick's now moving in with his Deagle in hand. Forest, though, opens things up. It's Markloff and Edward who pick up a frag apiece. Zeus with the third now. And Na'Vi have a two-man advantage here with a 4 versus 2. With a very slow push into the netted site has worked absolutely perfectly for them. Bomb planted. All the pressure now switches over to Robin and Face is decked by Markloff. Goes down under fire from the AK, and now Robin surely will run away and hide and save that M4, and does pick up a frag on Edward, who was on the hunt. Down mid, he'll get a second, and they don't need to do this, Na'Vi, really, but, well, Starrix will come in and finish off, and a little bit of expensive round there, but it doesn't matter because it's 1-1, and that's the most important thing. They've overturned that early 3-round advantage that you sometimes get with winning the pistols. It's 1-1.
That was literally the worst thing that could have happened to SK Gaming at the start of this game. I suppose losing pistol might not even have been quite as bad as what's going to happen to them now, because that round they did buy out FAMASA's, a couple of M4s in there. That's now all gone. Navi will be looking to take the lead through this next round. Let's take a quick look at the map itself and see what the setup is for SK. They've got 3 over by the A site, couple over in Banana Bomb site as well. The question is, what are Navi going to do? Playing a perfect anti-eco right now, just waiting, holding back to see if there will be any aggression from SK. However, you can't really see that happening from SK. They're just going to hope that they do get a couple of kills here and there as Navi tried to push into one of these bomb sites. Zeus actually just dropping the bomb there on Banana. And we will see the Ukrainians heading up towards this Banana Bomb site. There were 2 defending it earlier. There's the first one. It's an easy kill onto Forest for Zeus. Should be able to hold this site himself. Yep, he's going to take down Face, and now that bomb site is in fact empty. Get Right, Robin and Delpan are the 3 remaining players that will try to get themselves somewhere near this site. Actually, nice work from Robin to get himself 1 kill, but nothing more is going to come in from this one. Robin only got 10 HP, and they both go down to finish the round. Navi will take the lead after losing pistol at 2-1.
Good start from the Ukrainians then. My bet looking better by the round, it has to be said. And Joe's looking rubbish, which is good. Navi chants are already happening in the crowd. We saw that yesterday, although yesterday, it has to be said, it was just one loud 9-year-old who was...
I love that though. I love the fact there's kids so young that are so passionate about our sport. It's so good.
Absolutely right. I've no disagreement from me whatsoever. I was not mocking. It was just it's unusual and it's good. Here we go then, round 4. And Na'Vi will find SK on another save here. But the anti-strat working well so far. They're not going to rush into one of those sites. They might think actually that they might have had a little enough cash to buy, but they haven't. And so Na'Vi just being very cautious here, and rightly so. They've done well early on Inferno in these first 3 rounds, despite losing that pistol, as Joe said. Here we go then. Looks like a banana attack this time. Markloff is, well, he's right at the back of that. As we see the stack inside that banana site, it's Forrest who's on the box. He's going to get the first kill. He is. No. Oh, actually, it's Markloff who gets a team kill in there. But he gets 3 in a row. And they all just lined up like little dominoes. And Markloff picks them off as Robin has rotated all the way through mid to the top of banana here. Might just get himself an exit kill. And that's all that they're going to get. Actually, they're not even going to get that. Edward with the final one. And Na'Vi have a 3-1 lead. But now it's game on. SK need to take this 5th round.
And there is our Navi supporter, the loudest one of the bunch. He's actually got a sign there as well. Yep. I've got no idea what it says apart from the word Navi, to be honest. But I'm sure it's cool.
He's getting them going out there. He's like a cheerleader, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the one that's getting the crowd started.
The skirt.
We'll see how see if he can continue that. I mean, Navi, they don't really need. I guess their fans don't really need much warming up right now because they've lost pistol. They've come straight back into this game. We are seeing an AWP now with SK Gaming. Let's see if Delpan can make his mark on this matchup. Robin is defending B. Let's have a quick look from above. 3 men over by that netted site, and Navi certainly look like they are going to be taking that bomb site as their #1 option. However, Storix watching Banana could call in the rotation. Should he be able to pick anything up there? Robin down to 8 HP. Edward just going to head back to middle, however. I think Navi are pretty set on the fact that they want to come this side. Smokes and flashes are going to go down. And Forrest, what a great position. So aggressive there from Forrest. He got him the 1 kill. Quickly brought back as Face will now take over his position here in that CT archway. And he sprayed before Zeus came around the corner. That pre-fire not working out in his favor. As Senya going to blind the men in Big Pit and jump himself out and try and get rid of those men. Starix will drop Get Right. It's a kill in the back for Senya onto Robin. Last man left alive for the Swedes is none other than Delpan. However, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to do anything. In fact, he's going to try and keep a hold of this AWP versus 3. Navi should know that that's an AWP with Delpan, although I don't think he's fired a single shot, to be honest. Markelov going to head around the side. Delpan was actually looking there into the CT spawn, and perfectly timed somehow by Markelov there that Delpan had changed his view and was coming in from the other side. 5 seconds until that bomb explodes. Delpan watching there out to short. Oh wow, and he's going to take out Starix without any problem whatsoever. Hides himself behind the box. Are they going to get there? No, not quite. But gun taken through, but it's still a Navi round. 4-1 to the Ukrainians. Great start to Inferno. This is Navi's map choice, by the way. No, it's not. No. That's a lie. This is SK's map choice.
It is SK's map choice. Yeah, so 4-1 Navi lead. Just having a look at the scoreboard right now. Let's just pop that on the screen for you. The thing you'll notice most about this scoreboard is Get Right is 0 for 5 right now after these 5 rounds and hasn't woken from his slumber. As I don't know about Delpan, it was more like Save Pan last round with that AWP, but he did a good job. At least the slim pickings they did get from that round was to keep that AWP. But they've got a real mess of weaponry right now. But it doesn't matter. Forrest with the FAMAS blasts his way on the balcony, picks off 2. Robin and Face have got themselves a kill each as well. And suddenly we're down to the last man standing, and Get Right gets off the mark. And Navi are downed after a slightly faster push through the carpeted walkway that time round.
Yeah, they got the decent spawns and they decided to get up there as quickly as possible. They know that Get Right has that, that Delpan has that AWP, so it's a good, safe bet to think that he's going to be watching over by Banana or middle maybe, but chances are not from Library. So that netted site, probably the safer idea. Will we see some aggression here from SK? No, it's going to be smokes and flashes going out there, but we won't see them going down towards that alt middle area to try and do some early damage. And there is the AWP from Delpan. If they didn't know it before, now they know that Delpan is the man watching that Banana bomb site. He's been, so far, he's hit both shots that we've seen from him in the camera. So we'll see how Delpan really develops his game there with that AWP. Scoreline, of course, is 4 rounds to 2, still in favour of the current Intel Extreme Masters world champions. Actually, they've been the world champion now for 2 years, pretty much, almost, since they are back-to-back winners. The only Counter-Strike team to ever pull that one off here at the Intel Extreme Masters. Zeus is going to take down Face. However, Delpan is still alive, and I want to switch around. Actually, he's rotated away from that site. He's going to leave Robin here to try and clean up this push. However, they are going to put the pressure down. Great grenade rolls in from Markelov. Delpan has now got himself to that CT spawn, but the archway is smoked, and he's going to have to either wait or push around that back side. As he just had a look through the smoke. But still, there's at least 2, I guess, were down there in that archway, which taking a little bit more time to clear out. 15 seconds until that bomb is going to explode. Markelov will go down. There is Edward from the side. He will double up. Can he get 3? Not quite. Zeus will finish off. And that is a round back in the favour of Navi with taking out all 5 men from SK. And that's going to cause them a few money problems now.
So, Navi back in control with a slower push again. They've out of the 6 rounds, other than the pistol, they've had 5 slow and 1 quick. And the quick was the one they lost. Ooh. They may be able to learn something from that.
Look at this.
Hello. Get Right. AWP in hand.
They've took a risk here, SK. A couple of FAMASas with that AWP plus the Deagle. This is a big risk from them.
Let's see how this one works out then. The Na'Vi players doing what they've done when they've won the other 5 rounds. Waiting patiently, not pushing fast. Laying down some spray left, right and centre, but without any effect, just for effect, effectively. Lots of effects in there. Now, Banana. 2, 3 have now joined on the bottom of Banana. We've got actually Senior on the far side of the map on the covered walkway. Markov with bomb is bottom mid right now. And SK have started to move around a little bit more. They're getting a bit feisty. They think that actually... I think the call has been phonetic because the man from Get Right is actually the man who's got... Well, he went one way, he's now going back the other way. And they've got 4 men now top Banana with bomb, with Starix as they move in towards that bomb side. It's Zeus that makes the opening kill. The entry is good on face. Get Right though, doesn't land the first shot. That was awful. Give that back to Delpan, lad. Zeus then picking up a second kill inside that bomb site. They've got 3 down, 2 to find. Forrest and Delpan the last 2 alive. Delpan now making a retreat here. And has decided to go back to library. Yeah, he has. So Forrest has the FAMAS, and Forrest, well, he's picked up 1 kill. Delpan hasn't picked up anything at all. Forrest again here with another chance to down 1. Zeus picks up his 3rd of the round. That was a very risky strat, Joe, and it didn't pay off at all.
Yeah, and the risk didn't pay off, like you said, and not even in the slightest, actually, which is only a bad thing for SK Gaming. Navi now 6-2. You can see there a little bit of strain on Robin's face. Don't forget, we've seen SK in much worse positions. On Mirage against Moscow 5-12, 3 down at the half-time. Robin told them to not worry about it and just play their game. And that's what they did. They played their game all right. They managed to win that map in the end, coming all the way back in. However, Navi seemed to be on a roll and really in form today. There's the opening strat. Zeus is the man watching Banana. The man that we normally see watching Banana, as Markov is going to get frag number 1 onto Delpan. Don't forget, this is an eco round for SK Gaming, so it should be a 7th round for Navi. However, strange things have already happened in this game early on. So Navi start to work their way in. Ball's being spammed by the Navi guys in this push. Senior playing very cautiously, just edging his way around the corners here as he goes. We'll see Zeus take down 2. Great stuff from Zeus. Senya going to drop himself into Big Pit. Is very aware that there could be someone there. However, there isn't anyone around, and it looks like Navi are just going to clean shop here. And as they switched away from Edward and Zeus, they were the ones that managed to finish things off. 7-2, Navi 1 round away from having themselves a guaranteed lead at the half.
So to take through the scores: Forrest 8-8, Robin 7-7, Face 5-7, Delpan 2-7, Get Right 1-8. And on the other side is Navi with Zeus leading the way. Top man so far, looking for the MVP perhaps. 14-4, Markov 8-4, Edward 8-5, Starix 7-4, and the man we said had to step up, Senior 2-4. Not a good start from SK though. 7-2 down already. And oh, look at this. Get Right getting aggressive this time down mid. Picks up the first one on Markov, and Face and Delpan have got himself a killer piece too. 3-man advantage here. And SK's round to lose as Senior comes to the back of the house. Drops back out to second mid, and now we'll look and see if he can find the man who he traded a few shots with just a moment ago. Edward has bomb in the hand and is also looking at top mid. Robin, well, just firing off into the yonder, as it were, at the bottom of Banana, and Delpan perfectly placed. Headshot into Senior, and now Edward. It's only a 5v1.
The Mistle path to himself. Oh,
1 down, 5-5, not going to happen. Get Right gets his 2nd of the round. And that's a bit more like the SK Gaming that we know and love, isn't it?
That's a bit more like it. However, they lose this one, and again, they're going to find themselves in a bit of trouble. So, you know, this one a super important round once again for SK Gaming. Hopefully, they're able to pick themselves up in this one. Because so far, not looking all that great. But Navi have been so solid so far Here we go. Nades down heavily. Starix is going to take Robin. That's a great opening kill for Navi. Starix did go down to around about a quarter of his health. In fact, now exactly a quarter of his health as that grenade just shaves it down to the 25. Zeus again will be the man to hold Banana and make sure that no one creeps around the backside of them. After his successful aggression in the last round, Get Right opened up a little bit more passively this round. Face is now edging his way down Banana. If they really truly have watched 8 hours of demos, they'll know that Zeus is at the end of Banana. That's the position that he pretty much plays every single round. That smoke going to clear. There is Face, and Face is going to get the better of him. Great stuff from SK. But it's still 4 versus 4. Navi's still not chosen a target. Bomb was put down there, as Delpan will drop Markle off as well. I think we're going to see Navi really commit to something here in a moment or two. Delpan and Face are both fairly low. If only Navi knew that they would be pushing right now into this one, but the man advantage is with SK. Here we go. Sydney coming around the side is going to finish off Face through the wall. Bomb will be planted by Starix. All level now. It's Navi that have the advantage in terms of men still on the board. Forest taking grenade damage. Delpan is fairly low. It's Forest that really has to come up big here for SK as he tries to work his way around. Not spotting anyone so far. Delpan will be dropped. Here is Forest. Will spray Starix through the box. Lands the headshot in amongst it as well. But it's not going to finish off the round. And Navi will bounce straight back once again in this first map. The first half of the first map to 8-3. And SK in another woeful position.
Man that made a difference that round. Senia with 3 for him in that round, pushes him back up to 5 for 5. And as you can see, Get Right currently the low baller of the map between the two teams is 3 and 9. So he's really got to step it up. But I have to say, I think what Navi are doing, and they've never admitted this, but I did try and push them on this yesterday. Do they concentrate on a particular player? Do they make their strats in such a way that actually means that they don't attack an area that a strong player would be in? And they said no. But this map does seem to have been like that. We don't seem to have seen Get Right in any kind of big firefights. And when he has had a chance to rip up, he has ripped them up. But only really in 2 rounds so far. SK really need to get their point man firing on all cylinders if they're going to be a factor here. 8-3 down, first half, 11 down, 4 to go. Minute remaining, and a bit of a spread by between SK. Couple of FAMAS again. Not sure if I even saw a weapon in the hand to Get Right. And Face with the opening kill gives them the man advantage here. Can they make this one pay? Not with Edward, they can't. He takes out Get Right. I don't think he had a weapon anyway. Edward into the back of that site. Now, at 4 versus 4, remember they were a man down here. Taking a little bit of flak through that smoke, and that banana site really has been very effective for them. Their timing has been spot on, their aim has been spot on, their tactics have been spot on. But SK now need to come up with a very big retake. Edward saying no. Forrest comes back with a reply though. 2 of them going in through the side here. Markloff is down. Oh, Face! He's taken out Forrest on the way through. He's not going to get back into that site, and Markloff cleans house. And Navi stretch their legs again. 9-3.
And there is the man himself. I don't know his name, but
we're going to call him Junior Navi.
It's called Dave, probably.
Rodney.
Maybe not. But that was a really important one for SK. They managed to, buy whatever they could, which was mostly for Massa's Face having a little bit of unlucky times, I guess you could call it, at the end of that one, getting the team kill off. However, they've now been forced back over onto the eco, which is surely not going to be going their way. Only Forrest remains in this round. As he peeks down middle, he is going to be picked off by Starix, and that is 10-3. Navi up in the double figures already.
It's a good half. It doesn't matter when it ends now. It's a good half either way.
I agree, totally. 10-3, okay. If it ends 10-5 from this point of view, I think that Navi are going to be pretty happy with everything that's happened anyway. There's only one kit again with SK.
They are really low on funds. They need to go and do some investment banking or something. So here we are, kicking things off top mid. The aggression was from Robin. He pushed into that second mid, having had a good spawn, but Edward completely and utterly wise to it. only lost himself 37 health points in the process, and they've got the first kill of the round. They rarely lose them. Over 80% their win rate on Inferno T-side when they get the first kill. Blades flying round into carpet. Senia lurking left, hasn't found one. Checks right, does find one. Exchange of fire is slightly awkward, but he gets away without any life being lost. Meanwhile, back where the bomb is, 3-man, 4-man push now along Banana. It's just Senia who's sitting top mid, causing a bit of a distraction. He's going to go down to Forest fairly shortly if he carries on where he is. Meanwhile, actually Senia picks up the frag on Forest. Markov just having to hide from those shots. Senia's picked up 2 on the other side, but they've pushed 4 men inside this Banana site. So fantastic distractions from Senia. He finally goes down to Dalpan, who had to watch his 6 inside CT spawn. And he's now got a remarkable job on. He was 4v1. He's now 1v3. Starix, Markelov, Edward, and Starix picks the shot out of the bag. 11-3, and the Ukrainians are cruising.
Cruising they are. They have to keep their focus, though, on this one. This is, if you're just joining us, map number 1 of the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 6 Global Challenge here in Kiev, Ukraine. The home spot, I guess you can say, of Navi. Actually, not anymore, but previously this was their training base. They had actually in the back here we have a row from the LAN center itself, the tables. One it says Navi training place on the side of it, which is now empty and got no PCs on it. But still, you know, this is most definitely what they would call home territory of the Cybersport Arena. The fans are all Navi fans. I don't really think that there are many SK fans, and if they are, they're probably scared of being too loud. Anyway, here we go. Push coming down. Banana facing Delpan will be dropped. There's another one right in there with him. That was Robin. Forrest will double up. That's given him somewhat of a chance. He needs to get himself that AK. He'll definitely want an AK. However, Senia is going to plant the bomb. Markelov is watching. Oh, Forrest is going to take out Markelov. He gives us a 1 versus 1. Senia has to win this one. Otherwise, that would be a 4 versus 1 that Forrest would clutch to win the round. He's going to come from the back side. Senia still inside of Big Pit. It's the final round, don't forget. So Senia knows that Forrest is going to be coming for this one. Forrest has got literally 5 seconds to get in there and do something. We do see Senia wait here. He's going to poke out at the perfect time. Gets the kill. 12-3 at the half-time to the Ukrainians. And the biggest point about this scoreline is SK won the pistol.
You're right. You know, the 3 rounds they won, one of them was the first one. And it wasn't even like they went on and won the next 2 either. So there's the man himself, Zero Gravity lead of the Ukrainian Navi team, just giving a few instructions out, a few words of encouragement. And it's actually SK that need the words of encouragement right now. They need to pull this back. But you know what? Robin's such a fantastic team leader. It won't matter to them. They'll deal with this calmly, as you can see. They're not going to...
There's not much being spoken.
Right now.
But that's what happened against Moscow 5. They were 12-3 behind on Mirage.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
SK basically were saying, okay, we're ready right from the very get-go. They literally needed 2 minutes and they were ready to go again. And we saw them come back to win that one. They needed an overtime to do it, but still a great performance from them. And there we go again. Robin says SK are ready. Navi are also ready. And we are going to be kicking this one off momentarily. The second half, Navi, they're just 4 rounds away from taking the first map and putting themselves into a almost perfect position, because best of 3 still could mean SK win 2 maps in a row after that. However, their train is pretty strong against SK as well. So this is a big one for SK Gaming. We are going to get the restarts coming in. It's 12-3. SK have got a massive job to do, Red Eye.
They certainly have as we get underway in the Pistols. Who is the Mistal Pasta in round number 1 of the second half? We shall find out any moment now. And don't forget, just Dream Team updates. Not good if you've got, and who hasn't got him, get right in their side. 2 for 13 in the first half. Need a much better display.
It's almost like SK's score.
Player. Yeah, it wasn't far off, was it? So, pistol time. Time for SK to go huge in this first round if they want to play any more part in the outcome of this first map in the grand final at the Intel Extreme Masters Season 6 Global Challenge in Kiev. Here we go then. Zeus having to run away and hide a little bit in that banana side. He may have heard some footsteps plodding along that banana walkway, and the only footsteps he will have heard are Robin's, because he's the man who's furthest forward along there. But it is a fake push on banana, and Zeus is going to find that out right now because he's already pushed a box at top of banana. 3 men currently sitting mid.
There was Zeus.
Forest going down to Zeus, who was at the top of that banana area, as we said. They've decided that's not going to be the entrance point. Now they are going to push towards this netted site. 24 seconds remaining. Need to make this one a very calculated and risk-free assessment into this netted bomb site. Not going to happen though. Markaloff with a double. Starix comes in with a headshot. Edward finishes things off. And SK Gaming say goodnight to Inferno. This one's Navi's for the losing.
It certainly is, and you can see Zero Gravity there. He's like, what did I tell you? I told you that was going to work. That was the expression we saw on his face, and drinking his water like a boss. Like literally half the bottle in one go. It's exciting times for Navi as a team, and certainly for their manager as well. There's nothing better than that feeling and managing a team to victory when you're in that kind of position. Anyway, this round we are seeing SK with Deagles in hand. Let's not write them off just yet. We saw Deagles in the last second round in the first half from Navi. There was, granted, 1 AK in the midst of things as well. But these things can happen, but not when you do things like that. Forrest going to team kill Delpan. Edward will drop face. Where are the rest of the SK team? I couldn't even get around to it quickly because Edward has absolutely ripped through that push. 14 rounds to 3. If we look at the scoreboard, 0, 0, 0, 0, -1 for SK Gaming. That tells a horrible story from their point of view. It means no bomb plants either, and no cash.
It's like the start of a plough mix when I play. So that's the sort of position.
It's like the end when I play.
-1 is usually how I start. It's how I roll. So here we go then. 2 away from map point, but not match point. Edward with the opening frag. Markaloff with the second. They're just going to roll them through here without a single reply. Indeed, not a single reply. No resistance whatsoever. Game over as far as Inferno is concerned. Navi have almost got this one in the bag, and SK, I think, are just going to surrender this nice and easily. Move on, get this one out of their mind, get on to the second map.
Or
we have the most
win the next 12 rounds in a row.
Do you know, it has happened before with these two, and it's happened on Inferno as well. It has gone to double overtime before between these two on this very map.
It somehow wouldn't surprise me to see it, and as a commentator, as a fan, that's something that you really want to have. Here we go. First kill will be going the way of the Ukrainians. This could well be their final round here on Inferno. Flashes rolling into the bottom of the banana. Zeus and Markaloff did take a bit of damage. Actually, Zeus down to half, but that initial kill will be the real big thing for them. There is Zelpan to bring one back. Senior actually coming through the smoke. He will be taken down. Is there anyone else to defend over by the B site? Yes, there is. The new man in the middle, the man calling the strats. Starix will grab himself one. There's Markaloff. It leaves just Face all alone here to clutch a 1 versus 3 and keep SK in this game. He's taken down Edward. Good start to that one. The second man that he's looking for is on the end of banana. 47 seconds of the round. They both come out together. Perfect coordination between the remaining two Navi players. 16 rounds to 3. I did not expect to be saying that scoreline at the end of the first map here. An absolutely solid performance from Navi, and it's that good old snowball effect once again. SK picking up pistol, thinking, yes, doing awesome, and then they lose the second round. And it's all downhill from that point of view, from you know, a mental state. You've really got to be strong to get back from that.
Yep, you have. And players look like they're going to go and have a quick break. We're not, though. We're going to stay here with you, the lovely viewer. Thanks for tuning in all week, actually. It's been a fantastic week of Counter-Strike. Fantastic week of League of Legends and of StarCraft 2. Actually, I really enjoyed some of the StarCraft 2 quarterfinals last night. Particular mention for Feast. Came through 11 qualifiers just to get here in the first time, and then managed to come through a group with Hero in it and knock him out. So phenomenal for him. I know he lost yesterday 3-1 in a quarterfinal, but that guy, 17 years old from Belgium, is going to be around for a long time. I think he could be a really big superstar in the future, and I told him so yesterday. So yeah, all the games have been fantastic. We've had League of Legends, of course, Russia, Mother Russia versus the United States.
Yeah,
I mean, it couldn't have been. The
better.
scripts were like, you know, when Carmack came to us with the script, he's like, "What do you think of a Russian-American final? Yeah, for low." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." What about SK versus Na'Vi home? So I was like, "Yeah, that could be good." Yeah. How about a Korean versus a Ukrainian in the StarCraft? I was like, "Yeah, that looks quite good." Yeah.
It didn't really.
No,
it went to plan completely, pretty much for us here, and hopefully for you guys at home, you know, a great final that we've seen so far here. If you're a Na'Vi fan, if you're an SK fan, look away now. We're going to be going to a quick commercial break here in just a second. When we come back, it will be the second map. SK are going to take a quick break and talk about what has gone wrong for them. They certainly need to do that. Of course, Train is map number 2, and we'll be back here in just a few moments.